What is up, YouTube? That's here, bringing you guys round 5 from the recent SAC anime Pokemon tournament that I won in, what month is that? In September? Yeah, I won in September. I won at the start of this month. So we're going to be going up against Ken today, a person you guys have actually seen on this channel before. This is the guy that I fought in the finals of the Fanime tournament way back in May. He's using a similar team, but I think some of his Pokemon have been changed up a bit. I know there is a potential Mega Gengar on his team, and I think he used Greninja last time. Greninja is a Pokemon that works pretty well on his team. It's just a Pokemon that you have to respect a lot. It can pack like things like Taunt. It has a huge base speed, and it has access to Protein, has Mat Block. Greninja is one of those Pokemon that I always respect more than I probably should, but we're going to be leading off with Jumpluff and Groudon in today's game, and that is a really cool weed that I like to talk about because it's great in the Groudon Xerneas mirror matchup. You have access to Sleep Powder, and the reason why it's really good is you get to use Jumpluff's Chlorophyll, which doubles its speed in the sun, which Groudon activates. So we have a very fast Sleep Powder user. They can't protect because you're going to Encore that, and if any single target damage comes our way, we're just going to Rage Powder that. We also have Double Protect to block things like Fake Outs, which we're not really going to see this game. Also note I have my Xerneas in the back, something I don't do very often, as well as Salamence. Salamence is great against this type of guy because, especially in the Groudon mirror matchup, if it's going to be physical Groudon, we're going to need a Salamence switch in to block those Precipice Blades and then intimidate that guy, making it so our Groudon can come back out and just lay the smackdown on his. So, pretty fast game here, that's why I talked so long. We're just going to get right into this one, and Jumpluff, man, I've been using this Pokemon for like 3 or 4 months, and I really like it. I think I'm about to switch it up for the upcoming Arizona Regionals, but this Pokemon is just so cool, and it has such great synergy with Groudon, with Xerneas. It's like, what is the best way to explain it? It's like a fast Amoonguss. That's probably the best way to explain Jumpluff. It's like a very, very fast Amoonguss. So note that our Groudon goes Primal. He activates a Desolate Land. That's going to make our speed go through the roof, and we don't need to wait a turn because the speed starts at the beginning of the turn. Remember, like the standard Charizard Y Venusaur, you always had to double protect the first turn because the Drought didn't activate until Charizard Mega Evolve. Well, Groudon goes immediately, which means we are faster than these guys from the start, and we're just going to go for a Sleep Powder on the Greninja. Now, we're targeting the Greninja mostly just because we don't want any Mat Blocks happening, and I'm also going for a hard nuke on that Gengar slot with my Groudon. But I also want to talk about this. So you may think, why would you target the Greninja? He can't really do anything in the sun anyways. Well, I wanted to get a KO up on that Gengar this turn, and I just wanted to get him off the board with the Fire Punch. So Fire Punch comes in hot. We take out the Gengar. We trade out our Jumpluff for a Mega Gengar. I think that's pretty good trade for me, and we can also come in with my next Pokemon, which is Salamence here. Note that I'm coming in with Salamence over Xerneas. That's just to get multiple Intimidates off, and it was such a good play. Like, when I was watching this replay again, I was like, man, I probably should come in with a Xerneas here. His Gengar's gone. And I was like, no, wait, Salamence would be so good because it covers all of my options. I have massive AoE that can KO anything here. I don't need to set up. I can finish everything off before Sleep wears off on the Greninja, and it's just such a good play. So I'm staying in here, and I'm just going to decide to go for the win, pretty much. So we're going to go for, we're going to see his Greninja be asleep. And one thing I also wanted to talk about was that this is a modest Greninja, because we saw the way the speed tiers worked. We saw the Gengar move before the Greninja, and so that means this is a modest Greninja, which will actually come into play later on in the tournament. So we go for the Precipice Blades, we go for the Hyper Voice. Note that I missed my Precipice Blades on the Greninja, so if it is sashed, he still has that sash, but now that my Salamence has Mega Evolved, and we know that the Greninja is modest, we know that there's no real way that the Greninja is actually going to make an impact in this game. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about, was the modest Greninja not really working out for him here. So Greninja does go down. It's his Xerneas versus the world, and we're just going to layer up some RNG on this one. We're going to go for a huge Fire Punch in the sun. We get a crit. I don't really think we needed it since we pretty much had our Xerneas in the back as well. You may say that I could have went for like a Fire Punch and a Tailwind to keep up with the speed, but you know, what I went with wouldn't really ever lose me anything ever since I had a full HP Groudon. So like I said, this was the last round of just, you know, the round play. We're going into winners finals, which is the 2 people who are undefeated after this game, and then after that it's going to be grand finals. And I don't want to give any more spoiler warnings, but we will be seeing Ken again in one of these games. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.